Another thing that impresses me about this story, this narrative, is that in the very last verse, it tells us Jesus had a connection with angels. The devil left him, and that angels came and ministered to him. Now, throughout Jesus' ministry, Jesus never depended on angels to tell him the words of God. He didn't need for an angel to dictate what God wanted him to teach. It's true that Jesus always only taught what God the Father wanted him to teach. But he was able to hear directly from the heart of God, from the mind of God. And it wasn't dictated. He simply was able to speak forth the heart and the mind of God, the will of God, in the words of God. Just as he was able to command demons, and he was able to command those who needed healing to be healed, and he was able to forgive sins. Here, he had a relationship with angels. There's another text in the Gospel of John in chapter 1 where Jesus is talking to one of his disciples, or a man that would become his disciple, Nathanael. And Nathanael was impressed that Jesus could see him from afar and know who he was. Jesus said, essentially, "Are you impressed by that I saw you under the fig tree from afar and I knew who you were? Well, that's nothing. You will eventually see the Son of Man coming in power and the angels of God ascending and descending upon him." And here he's making reference to Genesis chapter 32, when Jacob was meeting with God. He encountered God out in the wilderness in a similar way. I don't think Jacob was fasting on that occasion, but he was in the wilderness and he saw a vision of a ladder. It's called Jacob's ladder, actually, or a stairway, as it were. And angels ascending and descending into heaven and back down. We know that, and many people believe that angels are active in the world. Unless you're completely anti-supernatural, you probably believe in the activity of angels. And in this case, the angels came to Jesus to comfort him, to strengthen him, to encourage him after this ordeal with Satan. Was there any possibility that Jesus was going to lose? I think not. But still, he was weak. And he had just vanquished his mighty foe.